The crypto market is in shambles. Bitcoin is sinking lower as altcoin sentiment reaches new lows that we haven't seen since what feels like 2022. At least it feels like this, right? My friends, I've been in crypto for years. I've seen it all. You subscribe to Altcoin Daily for videos like this. What is happening in crypto now is nothing new. You're afraid that the top is in for crypto? Well, people in this space, like Injective's Chen, say the best is yet to come this year and beyond. Listen to this.
What is your view of the market at this moment in time? We saw the big post-election rally at the end of last year, saw a bit of a meme coin craze last month. How would you characterize the market so far in February?
I think we're at the beginning of a very beautiful convergence. We have seen a lot of promises. We have seen first experimentations. We have seen some of the initial products, a lot of crossover, like I think BlackRock recently launched a product on top of Solana as well. And this is going to be, looking back, a first sign of a fundamental seismic shift toward a very strong convergence between the DeFi and TradFi realm.
Hey, Altcoin Daily Nation. You need to sign up for the Bitcoin Reward credit card by our partner Fold. You spend USD on credit and stack real Bitcoin with every purchase. Reserve your spot today. Only so many waitlist spots are being accepted. This is US only. This is the most baller way to stack Bitcoin. You whip out this nice metal Fold credit card and you earn real Bitcoin. This is better than Amex. This is better than Capital One. Use my link below and get on the waitlist immediately. Guys, smash the like button, support the channel. Before we hear more from Eric about the future of the altcoin market, understand how bearish the market is right now. I want to show you two examples of market experts just flooding crypto to no end. The first is Goldman Sachs commodities expert saying how bullish he is on gold, which leads CNBC's Joe Kernan to push his buttons a little bit, saying, well, when are you going to start analyzing Bitcoin? Like, look how uncomfortable he gets when Bitcoin is brought up.
And I asked you also off camera, what about why gold rather than Bitcoin? And you said, Goldman Sachs does not, you don't cover Bitcoin at all.
Our
research
team currently doesn't cover Bitcoin. I think there is one fascinating similarity between gold and Bitcoin, which is that supply is very limited. It's very difficult to get gold out of the ground.
Actually, a lot of similarities, but that's one of them.
That's the most important one. There are also some key differences. If you just look at the historical risk-return profile and what those two assets could do to portfolios, gold has recently booked solid returns, but Bitcoin returns have been very strong. But on the flip side, volatility has been incredibly high. And so if you're looking for a safe haven asset to hedge your portfolio against stale scenarios, we think that the lower risk properties of gold are quite attractive.
You're the co-head of global commodities research. When you have meetings with the other co-head, I don't know who that is.
And my great colleague.
Oh, your great colleague. And all your minions that work for you, do you talk about ever covering crypto?
It's definitely an ongoing conversation topic within our team.
When's it going to happen?
To be discussed,
all right.
Including with management.
And then another example of the state of the market right now. If you wonder why you always seem to miss buying Bitcoin at the lows, it's because of people like this. He's bullish on Meta and Facebook stock, but bearish on Bitcoin.
I know you also, talking about divergences, have looked at the NASDAQ relative to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's actually kind of down modestly today. What is that speaking of at this point?
Yeah, that's a more nuanced and frankly a newer relationship. So I don't know how much confidence we have, and it's more observational probably than anything else. But Bitcoin has not been able to confirm the strength that we've seen in the Nasdaq. So really, what you're saying is you want to see both these types of assets make new highs simultaneously, and these have really been diverging pretty meaningfully. And the reason that that's important is that if this really is about animal spirits and kind of the speculative fervor, if you will, then it's important that sort of all those things are aligned. And that's just not happening here. So probably the bigger concern for us with Bitcoin is the positioning in the futures market, where commercial hedgers are in a position where they're actually, from our work, in a low net long position, which just basically means that they're not interested in playing on the futures market. And that's usually somebody you want to follow, not somebody you want to fade. So we're looking at that and believing that Bitcoin probably has a correction in it, maybe as low as 80,000. That's probably aggressive, but I do think that there's some downside to Bitcoin here that we want to be careful with.
Do not miss the forest for the trees. Take a look at the bigger picture. This is what Injective's Eric Chen expects comes next for altcoins. TLDR, he's bullish. Listen to his full analysis.
I'm kind of curious about where you see demand going from here.
I think what's really, really exciting for the upcoming administration and the overall friendliness towards the industry as a whole adds a lot of regulatory clarity and also a lot of friendliness towards establishing licenses and also a more collaborative environment with regulators on launching a lot of very exciting products. So even from our side, we've managed to get out AIX index and TradFi indices that signals a major step towards the global overall seismic shift towards a financial industry that are merging with the overall crypto world. And I think with Charles Schwab also announcing that they'll be offering 24/7 trading for retail investors, it's all coming into a very, very interesting kind of hybrid between a crypto world that are offering more traditional exciting equity opportunities for a global audience, and also the US TradFi world trying to expand upon their product and improve upon it. So I think for the upcoming year and for the next few years, we're going to see very interesting competition between a lot of the crypto native or Web3 offerings that are trying to compete with a lot of the traditional financial products and maybe add some sparks to it.
What is standing in the way of adoption of hybrid products like this? And I think that is phrased a little bit negatively, but obviously there is a learning curve here. What would it take to see a rise in demand for hybrid products like that, especially this year, given that in the US we have such a crypto-friendly administration?
Yeah, I think in general, prohibitive regulation could stand in the way of adoption for a lot of these hybrid products, as we've seen in the past, where a lot of the regulatory uncertainty have prevented a lot of these products, seeing the light, or prevented these products from progressively acquiring licenses required to operate both overseas and onshore. And on another hand, I think it's also about the various user experience and efficiency of the rails for the overseas local audience to access. So some of them could have a difficult time, accessing various crypto rails, et cetera, depending on a local jurisdiction. But some of them, might have a much easier time compared to US folks trying to access the same rail.
And then how do you at Injective hope to benefit from this new pro-crypto administration that we have here in the US? They're committed to getting so much done for this industry, and they have been moving faster than I think a lot of people actually anticipated. What is at the top of your wish list in terms of regulation or policy change?
I think quite a few folks on our team has been fairly vocal and fairly active in terms of working with regulators on coming up with the most productive regulation and also, upcoming guidances for the overall industry, and just, showing our voice. And us at Injective Labs, and also for the greater Injective ecosystem, our goal is to basically enhance traditional finance with all these on-chain crypto primitives and rails to be able to enhance them and reach a globalized scale. And a lot of these indices that we recently launched, and also a lot of these very interesting traditional financial products are being deployed on top of the Injective blockchain. They're all a sign of a larger seismic shift for this conversion.
Guys, subscribe to our channel, join the Altcoin Daily team. Never financial advice, but I'm insanely bullish this year and beyond, and I think you should be too. So follow along, and I'll see you tomorrow.